Hey guys, welcome to my monthly Q&A. So this is the April Q&A, and it's almost 8. I said 8. It's 1 minute to 8, so I think we're good. And I don't have my earphones in. That's a bit weird. Hold on. Actually, I feel like it doesn't matter if I have my earphones in. I'm not really listening to anybody, but sure, why not have my earphones in? I think it should help for the mic. But yeah, just started, so I will see. It seems like we actually do have a couple questions coming in, which is great. A couple likes, so thank you guys for checking that out. And I'll get to the questions. Now, this is technically my 8,000 subscriber celebration too. Usually for subscriber celebrations, I usually do Q&As, but now I do the monthly Q&As, so I decided just to kind of mix it together. But to celebrate, what I want to do is I wanted to, and why, like, I don't know why, but my viewership is not like showing on here because I see you guys are there, but it says like I have one viewer, but I feel like I have more than that. But anyways, as you guys trickle in, yeah, so what I want to do for 8,000 subscribers, I'll say this again. I want to give something away, so I am going to give issue 1 of Like Father, Like Daughter away. So for digital copy, to give a digital copy that we guys could check it out. The way that you can win throughout the show, and I'll like keep tally of it like on the chat or something here. I will ask you guys, why do you want to read Like Father, Like Daughter? What is interesting to you about the series? So I will, I guess, choose the best answer throughout the show. So just in the comments, let me know why you would like to read Like Father, Like Daughter, and you will get a chance to get a digital copy of issue 1. And then if you're interested to read issue 2, that is available for print and digital on our website. So you go check that out and let me know if you want to read issue 2, and I'll give you a link for that. So that is the prize, though. It's issue 1 digitally, and all you guys say is why are you interested in reading Like Father, Like Daughter? All right, so the rest of the show, I'll just be answering questions, and we're going to have a chill show. And I got 2 bottles of water, so we're all good. It should be about like an hour and a half show. Always have a lot of fun doing this. I always say that with every Q&A, but I really do. I do have a good time. I like that I made this a monthly thing. I used to do it like every couple of months, but I've been pretty good, like for a good amount of months now, to do this as a monthly thing. So I like it. So let's get into these questions. We actually have a lot. I was just, and then I'll get to, but I did see I'm sorry, Mount Tyler Durden says your new comic is only digital. No, it is printed also, but for the winner, it's easier for me to give it digitally. You can get a printed copy at our store. I will, I guess, actually put a link to that now in the comments. If you guys are interested in buying Like Father, Like Daughter, you could buy that at our store, which is actually on our Facebook page. So I'm getting a link now. Hey, that way you guys could check it out and buy it. But yeah, the actual prize for this is if you just say what you're interested in the comic and why you're interested to read it, you'll have a chance to read issue 1 digitally, and I'll send it to you. All right, so let's get some questions in. I'll keep repeating, the prize as we go along. So Kenneth Callie Jr. says, are you excited for the new Supergirl comic series coming out in September? Also, do you think CBS will renew Supergirl for season 2? I'm like semi-excited for the new comic because I like that she's in National City. I think it's interesting she's in high school. I wasn't a big fan of the interior artwork from what I saw, and also I don't love the idea that it still has a lot of the New 52 themes, that Cyborg Superman is her father, which I still think is really weird. So that part I don't really like, but of course I'm going to read it and give it a chance, and hopefully it'll be better than the New 52 Supergirl. Now, to answer the second part of that question, do I think it'll be renewed? I think it will be. I don't know why they're waiting so long, but the ratings are pretty good, and I think the 18 to 49 demographic was pretty good for the show too. So I don't really know why they haven't renewed it yet. Maybe they're just waiting for a special occurrence to say, hey, we're renewed. But this Monday is the last episode of the season, so hopefully they renew it soon. So let's move on to more questions. Mount Tyler Durden. Did you know Greg Weisman wrote episodes of Ben 10? Plus, do you think he could take over Ben 10? I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. It definitely fits his resume, though, of television shows that he has written. So I could definitely see him writing those episodes. And do I think he should take over it? I don't think there is a Ben 10 anything right now, but it'd be cool if they made another show for Ben 10 and Greg Wiseman was the helm of it. I would love to see that. John Lopez says, are you ever going to show the Batman Eternal series? I don't know what you mean by that. I reviewed like pretty much every episode of Batman Eternal. So I reviewed it throughout Comic Uno episode, though. Like I have a few in-depth reviews on my channel, but if you want to go check out like every single Batman Eternal review, it's over at Comic Uno episode. You just have to search it and you'll get it. So that's over on Comic Frontline. I do Comic Uno episode, which is the show where I review all the comics I read this week in one show. That is the little saying I always say before the show. But yeah, it's a fun show. I actually do it from worst pick of the week to best pick of the week. It's so weird because I say that all the time in the videos. It's weird to explain it, but yeah, it's cool. It's a cool show. So I think that's what you're asking. Other than that, like the collection, you could probably just see like on Comic Vine to see the covers. I don't think I could make a video just like, here's my Batman Eternal collection. All right, because I have every issue of Batman Eternal. I got all of them. All right, let's go to the next question. And this is from the Sparrow 002. If you had to make an Elseworld story, or Elseworld story, I'm guessing, who would you make it about, and what would be the story? Damn, I don't know. There's so many options. I would like to work within an Elseworld story. I would love to write Spider-Girl or Spider-Gwen. That'd be kind of cool, and just like work out those supporting characters, especially for MC2. I feel like there wasn't a lot of issues that focused on the supporting characters, especially the ANEX team, Avengers. So I would like to write that. That'd be kind of cool. Kenneth Kelly says, do you think New 52 was a total disappointment, or do you think there were redeeming qualities in New 52? For me, did not like it at all. Much preferred pre-New 52. You know, I think there are positives and negatives to New 52. I think overall there were things that they had to change, and that's why we're getting DC Rebirth. But I liked that it brought new readers to DC. It brought more attention to DC because of it, and we got some interesting stories along the way. I liked kind of what they did with Shazam. I thought that was cool with the Justice League. And again, it kind of just allowed people to try out characters they previously hadn't. Like for me, I really wasn't into Nightwing until the New 52. I mean, I was always into the other bad heroes, and I've obviously read Nightwing before, but I wasn't totally into his character until the New 52. But then, of course, they did bad things too. They Teen Titans, Supergirl, Superman. But they had some interesting stories too. So, I mean, I'm happy that DC Rebirth is happening now, and hopefully it's everything we've been wanting with DC Rebirth, because we haven't gotten that yet. But yeah, I think there's definitely positives and negatives to the New 52. But overall, it helped DC and in the comic book industry in general to be rejuvenized. So it helped in that aspect. All right. Moving on. Mount Tyler Durden says, do you know anything about the Marvel's new show, Damage Control? Other than, I think that's the comedy show, other than like Vanessa Hudgens being in it, and I want to say Danny Pudi from Community is going to be in it also. I'm pretty sure. Other than that, like the cast seems really interesting, and that's going to be a comedy show. I'll definitely give it a try. Again, mostly because of the cast. I'm excited to see Vanessa Hudgens in that world. All right, moving on. Godspeed 128 says, what is your fave superhero comic for beginners? Green Lantern Rebirth. The Rebirth titles are really good, and obviously not. I don't know about the Rebirth titles in the future, but DC wise, Green Lantern Rebirth is good. Flash Rebirth. It's kind of hard. You have to say which character you're interested in, and then I'll be like, oh, start with this, or like Spider-Man. I always say like start with Spider Island if you want to read Dan Slott's run on on Spider-Man. I think that's a really good jumping on point. If you want to read Superman, like a current book on Superman that's a little bit new reader friendly, go to Superman American Alien. That's a really new reader friendly, awesome Superman book. So it just depends on the character. It's kind of hard to say here's all comics for beginners. It depends on your taste. All right, so moving on to the next question. The other review dude, wait, he wrote for Ben 10, but that show lasted more than 2 seasons. Well, I guess he probably wasn't an executive producer. He was probably just in the writer's room for Ben 10. Mount Tyler Durden says, Greg Weisman is the Joss Whedon of animation. Agree or disagree? Yeah, definitely. I think so. All right. Tevia asks about the MC2 coming back one day. I mean, it's still there. The MC2 is still existing. Because we know that from Web Warriors. Tyler Durden asks if I've seen The Hateful Eight. I haven't, but I've heard good things. I've seen a good amount of Quentin Tarantino films. I've seen Django Unchained. I saw that in theaters. Seen half of Pulp Fiction. I have not seen the whole thing of Pulp Fiction. It wasn't really my thing. And I've seen both Kill Bills. So those are the Quentin Tarantino movies I've seen. Probably seen more, but from what I remember, those are the ones I've seen. Yeah, okay. Godspeed 128 says DC or Marvel. I can never answer this because I think it depends on the year. Sometimes DC is doing better, sometimes Marvel's doing better. I think they both have their positives and negatives. And also I just feel very 50-50 on the company. I don't like playing loyalty to a company. I like looking at a comic and saying this was a good comic, not caring if it was a DC or Marvel or Image book. Just like, no, I enjoyed the story. They're both superhero-based companies, so I enjoyed that genre, and I like both companies. I can never choose one. But I will say growing up, when I was younger, I was more of a Marvel fan than I was a DC fan. But now I'm very 50-50 on it. I'm a fan of both companies. Okay, so that other review dude said, if you were going to write a Barbara Gordon Batgirl book, what would your first arc be? See, I would have to like go sit down and think about that. I don't know what I would want it to be. I would just say just what I would like to change with the current state of Batgirl is that I like that she's fun, but I would like to go back to some of her tragedies and like, explore that more. And like go in and also like just show that she's been in the business a lot. I feel like that's something they've forgotten in current Batgirl comics is like they mention it, but she fails a lot in fighting. So I would like to like up her fighting skills a bit and maybe make her interact with Batman a bit more. You don't really get to see that often. Mount Tyler Durden says that Ron Stoppable was Batman. Thought you should know that. Dragon Ball Z fan says, if you could have any character from Marvel or DC cross over with Like Father, Like Daughter, which character would you use? Definitely Mayday Parker. She's my favorite hero. Would love to see her interact with Casey, especially since May loves her father and Casey doesn't. So I would like to see their interaction. Oh, and just a reminder, since we are getting some more people in, just want to say that since this is the 8,000 subscriber show, I will be giving away an issue or a digital issue of issue 1 of Like Father, Like Daughter throughout the show. Just in the comments below, let me know, why would you like to read issue 1 of Like Father, Like Daughter? And throughout the show, I'll put it on the side, whoever answered, and whoever answered the best, I will give an issue 1 digitally of Like Father, Like Daughter to them. So go in the comments and answer that. And I'll keep stating it throughout the show. Okay. Next question. Barbara Gordon says, my first arc would be staying in Burnside and marrying Dick. What? Tevia says, question, what is your opinion on Miles Morales' character development being sliced to pieces? I think they do need to do a little bit more character work with the current Spider-Man book with Miles Morales. Barbara Gordon says, hi, Comic Uno. Hello, Barbara Gordon. John Lopez says, do you know that they're making a CLA? What does CLA stand for? Oh, I see Jay in the comments. Hey, Jay. If you don't know Jay, he's from Comic Frontline, and he is my co-host for Media Madness. So if you don't check out Media Madness, that is our show we do every Wednesday at 10 over at Comic Frontline, talking about media topics like TV and movie stuff. So like last week we did Wolf Blood, week before we did Powerpuff Girls, and like this coming week we're going to do Justice League vs. Teen Titans. So go check that out when you have the chance. Tyler Duran says, didn't you know Dwayne McDuffie created the original Damage Control comic in '89? I didn't know that. I don't know much about the Damage Control. Max Droid says Goku versus Superman. I would always say Superman, but that's also because I'm not a big Dragon Ball Z fan. So I don't know all his powers very much, but I would go with Superman. Oh, okay. Question from Tevia. What's your opinion on DC Rebirth versus Spider-Man Dead No More? Because in my opinion, I think Dead No More is going to be a complete train wreck. I mean, we don't know much about either, and they're two completely different things. One is just a story arc within Spider-Man. The other one's a huge rebirth and rebranding of DC. So they're completely two different things. I couldn't even compare them. Next question. Kenneth Crayley Jr. says, did you read Supergirl Pre-Nuke 2 comics from 2004, 2010, I'm guessing? Or was it, I think, 2012? By Leben Gates. Yes, I read all of that series. It's a great run. Especially Gates' run. That other review dude, would you like to see irredeemable Ant-Man or Damage Control, or is it just too soon in MCU to do any other Ant-Man? Yeah, I don't. Damage Control is for DC, so I think Marvel has a different one that they're trying to do. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember the name of it. They haven't really mentioned it in a while. Yeah, I think it's a little bit too soon to add any Ant-Man stuff. Unless they were going to do a Young Avengers show, then they should add Cassie there. Tevia says, question, what's your opinion of Midnight Special? Because I saw the movie this month. I haven't seen it. I've never even heard of it, so I don't have an opinion on that. Tyler Durden says, imagine if Whedon and Wiseman came together to make a show. How long would you think it would last before it gets canceled? I don't know. I mean, depends on the show, what network. Hopefully it would last a very long time if they're going to work together. Shivan Gar says, have you finished the Star Wars movies? Yes, I've seen all 7 of them. I enjoyed the original, and I loved Force Awakens. Didn't love the prequels so much. But I did see Revenge of the Sith in theaters when that came out. I liked it back then more than I did today. Tevia asks if I was writing a Spider-Man story, would I? I'm not going to answer the Dan Slott things. Tevia, try to change from the Spider-Man topics. We've answered that a lot on Comic Frontline. John Lopez, I meant, do you know the new Cloak and Dagger show coming out? I did a topic video on it, so go check that out. I did that this week. Tyler Durden says, have you read Whedon and John Cassie's Astonishing X-Men run? Yes, I have. Very good run, and especially because Whedon's a big Kitty Pryde fan, it's a really cool Kitty Pryde story. And since we're getting even more people showing up, just want to mention again about the 8,000 subscriber kind of contest going on right now. If you guys just say why you would like to read Like Father, Like Daughter, I will put it on the side, and whoever gives the best answer, I will give Like Father, Like Daughter issue 1 digitally, so you get the chance to read it. And Tevia, speaking of Spider-Girl, Mayday Parker, would you bring back MC2 Peter Parker? I don't know. I would like to explore more with May without her father before bringing him back if I was writing this series. So I feel like that would be a cop-out just to bring him back. Sparrow, how do you feel about the new Suicide Squad trailer? It was cool. Like, I kind of didn't want to watch it though, because like I just want to see the movie now. I hate watching more than like 2 trailers. I like just seeing the trailer, saying, "Oh, cool, it looks awesome," and then like going into the movie. And not spoiling. I've been trying to avoid the trailers, but it was a cool trailer. I did watch it. DBZ fans ask, what Spider-Man storyline would I like to see made into a movie? Kraven's Last Hunt, I think would be kind of cool. Yeah, let's go with Kraven's Last Hunt. The other review dude, have you ever dyed your hair? If not, what color would you pick? Well, this is not my natural hair color. My hair is like jet black, which I need to actually dye a little bit more. So this blonde is not natural. So that is a yes, I've dyed my hair. Not a like any unnatural color though. I don't think I would ever do that, but I like my blonde hair, so I do dye my hair. Harold Bean, would you like DC to do a live action Super Friends movie? Probably not. And Jay says Superman over Goku any day. Tyler Durden, do you ever go to the library to read comics? I mean, I've been to the library and seen comics, but I've never read comics at the library. I just usually just go to the comic book store and pick up my comics. Chevy thinks that Goku would win over Superman. DBZ fan says don't. His name is Dragon Ball Z fan, so says he would also go with Superman over Goku in a fight. Although that may be betraying my username. Siobhan Gar says, who's your favorite Teen Titan? That's hard. Cassie Sandsmark, maybe? The other review dude, don't know if anyone has asked you yet, but how has your day been? No, they haven't. My day has been okay. I've been studying for a midterm, so this is like kind of my break until I got to study again and read a book for school. Tyler Jordan asks if I've ever seen Toonami. Yeah, I have. I've seen it, you know, here and there. Not currently. It's on pretty late, but yeah, I've seen it before. Kenneth Callie says, Captain America Steve Rogers, are you looking forward to that series? I'm going to read it. I might give it a chance. I'm not a huge Captain America fan, so I don't know if I'll love it, but I'll probably pick up the first issue to see where it goes. My nose is really itchy. Sorry. Harold Bean, the trouble with Cloak and Dagger is that they don't have well-known villains. Yeah, and they're not really well-known heroes either, but we'll see. I think they could make it interesting. Tubby asks if I have any opinion on the anime Tokyo Ghoul, because I think the movie's going to be awesome. I didn't know there was going to be a movie, but I actually seen all of season 1. I haven't really seen that much of season 2, but I've seen it actually. It was cool. I liked it. I didn't know there was a movie coming out though. Tyler Durden asks if I have ever seen SWAT Cats. Don't think I have. All right, just a reminder, everybody, about the contest once again. If you describe why you would like to read Like Father, Like Daughter Issue 1, I'll put your comment on the side, and you go maybe get a digital copy of Like Father, Like Daughter Issue 1. All right. Siobhan Gar says, how did I feel about the Doctor Strange trailer? Actually, I have a video on that, so I don't want to spoil my thoughts. Go check that out. You can hear my thoughts on the trailer. Kyle Johnson, what is your favorite comic book you're reading right now? I read a lot of books. I don't know. I like Spider-Woman a lot. I think that's been consistently good. I like Spider-Gwen. All the Spider female titles are good. From DC, I'm really liking Superman American Alien, I think has been a good series. Surprising series has been Poison Ivy. Psycho Life and Death has been really good. Image, Invincible is good. Revival, of course, I love. Cry Havoc's been good. Paper Girls. So yeah, I read a slew of comics, but that's from the top of my head what I've been really enjoying. I don't know why other review dudes' messages are retracted. That's weird. Okay. Deborah Black asks, do you play DC? No, I don't. I remember once I bought it and did not know how to like enter into my computer at all, and I kind of just gave up. So I do not play DC Universe Online. Max Droid, are you Irish? No, I'm not. I am Italian. Tyler Durden, what did you think about Captain Planet, which today is considered the eternal L of the 90s? I mean, I saw it when I was little. I didn't love the show, but it was cool. Like, it was a little weird. You just always wanted to save the planet. But yeah, I mean, it had a good concept. I haven't watched it in a lot of years. They just put their rings together and formed Captain Planet. Also, the animation's like really bad now. So when you look back at it, I'm like, oh my god, animation has grown. Tevye asks, what's our opinion on the Killing, or what's my opinion on the Killing Joke animated movie being rated R? We're actually going to talk about that on Comic Frontline, the news for this coming week. So I'm going to save my thoughts for that show. Kyle Johnson says, have you ever cosplayed? No, I haven't. I think that's really hard. Like, I think it's hard enough to just go to a convention in like regular clothes. I think it'd be really hard to dress up and like not have a wardrobe malfunction in any way when you go to a convention. So I do not cosplay. Like I said, hard enough to just like walk around in regular clothes. John Lopez, who's my favorite Avenger? I don't think Spider-Man really counts. I know he was an Avenger, but that's the thing. I mean, there's so many who wasn't an Avenger, so it's just asking me who's my favorite Marvel character by asking who's my favorite Avenger. I guess Spider-Man. I guess. I mean, I love Spider-Man the most out of all the Avenger characters. The other review dude, are there any books featuring Mayday Parker that are currently being published? Yes, actually. Web Warriors has Mayday Parker in the series, so go check that out if you want to support May. Sorry, I'm losing my place. Harold Bean, I'd like IDW or Boom to do a new Captain Planet comic book. I think Boom would do a good job because they did a really cool job with Power Rangers currently, where it's still Power Rangers. It's still like the tone of Power Rangers, but it's more for adult readers, or I would say like not children. I don't readers because it's not like graphic by any means, but it's a little bit more of an engaging storyline. So I think Boom would do a good job with Captain Planet. The other review dude says, I assume you dyed your hair, but I didn't want to be rude if you didn't. No, I mean, it's perfectly fine. I think it's pretty obvious that I tie my hair. But some people don't know. They just like, oh, you're blonde. I'm like, no, but cool. But it's going to have to dye my hair soon, though, which I am. But grows out. But yes, I do dye my hair. Okay. Sorry, I just want to answer that question. All right, going back. Siobhan Gore, how do you like Superman Truth? Trying to think which that storyline. Oh, I didn't read that. That's the one that's with Clark Kent and Lois Lane. Lois saying who Superman is. I didn't read it totally, so don't have a big opinion. But knowing from Jay, who's in the comments, and the rest of my frontline crew, they didn't like it too much. So I trust their judgment. Tyler Durden says, did I watch Toonami as a kid? I'm sure I did. Like, I don't remember a particular time where, like, I rushed and watched Toonami, but I'm pretty sure as a kid I watched it. Actually, I know I did. I know I've watched it, but I wasn't, like, an avid watcher of it. Barbara Gordon says, would I read a story about a Dutch vampire girl? Sure. I don't know. Sure, I guess. Let me just scroll down, then we get everything. Okay. Tevia says, who's your favorite Ultimate Marvel character? Tevia, I've answered this a lot about the Ultimate Universe, but I will answer this question. But try to avoid the Ultimate Universe or DC New 52 Rune stuff questions. But favorite Ultimate character, probably Jessica Drew. I think she's pretty cool. I really like Liz Allen too. Oh, and we actually do have we have a, I guess, an application or a entrance to the Like Father Like Daughter contest from DBZ fans. Says, I'd like to read Like Father Like Daughter issue 1 because the name and concept itself greatly interests me. I always love stories that focus on a father-child dynamic. Cool. So I'm entering you into my chat. That way I remember. Now you entered, and I'll see in the end who I'll choose. But yeah, just a reminder, guys, contest. If you guys just tell me why you would like to read Like Father, Like Daughter, I will give you, or I will choose out of those people one winner that can read Like Father, Like Daughter issue 1 digitally, and I'll send you guys copies so you can read it, which is my comic book that I write. And it looks like Jay is just helping out, and he says to win a digital copy Like Father, Like Daughter issue 1, just exactly what I said. So go listen to Jay. But I should make a moderator. I think I could do that. Yes, set user as moderator. So there you go. Jay is a moderator. All right. Tyler Durden. I recently looked this up. David Fincher was born in August 1962, the same time as Amazing Spider-Man first premiered. Cool. Siobhan Gar said, did I like Ultimate Peter Parker? I did. I like the story a lot. Love the death of Spider-Man storyline. It's one of my favorites. Probably my favorite death in comics. Kyle Johnson, did you think Civil War will be better than Batman vs. Superman? I sure hope so. Because then it's pretty bad if it's not. In my opinion, I know other people do like that movie. Jay says, I have the power now because he's moderator. All right. I was just scrolling down, but I'm still getting to your questions, guys. Siobhan, how did you feel about Ultimate End? Really lackluster. Didn't like it too much. Sparrow, so artist, Francis Matapool. Deborah Black, what is your expectations for X-Men Apocalypse? The movie? I'm interested in it. I feel like with X-Men movies, though, they're really fun to watch, but they're kind of forgettable for me after I see them. So hopefully there's a little bit more character depth in these future ones. Omnitron. Did you know that Jeff Johns originally wanted Blackest Night to end with everyone who died to come back, but DC said no? If that happened, do you think a reboot would have been even needed? I don't know. I mean, it would have been interesting. It would have been a different type of reboot. Jay says, Kat is too lazy for cosplay. I think that's 100% true. I am a little bit too lazy to cosplay. All right, so Tevia, you're asking about the New 52 and Ultimate Universe. So I told you to kind of shelf those questions. I'm going to skip that. Kyle Johnson says, what titles am I excited about for Rebirth? I actually did a video on that for Comic Frontline, top 5 pulls, like what books I'm most excited for. So go check that out. Also, for my DC Rebirth preview book video, I talked about that a little bit too. So check out those videos for my answers. Tyler Durden, what did you think about Batman: The Brave and the Bold? That's actually a show I didn't really watch all the episodes of. I just seen them here and there. It was cool, I guess. It was a fun show, but nothing I wanted to watch like every week. I didn't love how kiddie the animation was. But it was like better than I expected it would be. Oh, I got another favorite comic book artist question, which I just answered. Tyler Durden says, have I ever heard about Joe the Barbarian? Heard about Dave the Barbarian, not Joe the Barbarian. What is he from? Just maybe jog my memory if I have heard of him. Dragon Ball Z fan. I would like to see a smaller scale Spider-Verse feature featuring all the animated incarnations of Spider-Man teaming up. Yeah, featuring all the animated incarnations. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Maybe Web Warriors would do that. I know they kind of opened up with showing the 60s Spider-Man cartoon. Zakeem White, what is my favorite storyline in general? I don't know. There's so many storylines I've read, but like my favorite event book is Identity Crisis. But yeah, I can't pick favorite storyline. There's too many I've read. Other review dude, this is an interesting question. Who is your least favorite Marvel and or DC character? DC? I don't know from DC. From Marvel, it's either Namor or Cyclops. DC I would have to think about. Jay's helping out with just a reminder, just again, to win a digital copy of Like Father, Like Daughter issue 1, just post why you'd like to read Like Father, Like Daughter, and name will be drawn. Yes. I got another question about my favorite comic book artist. Amitron says, do you think that Captain America's movies have the most impact on the East side or Earth side of the MCU than any other films Marvel have been doing? I don't know. I mean, I think it's just more personal opinion. Like, I'm personally not a huge Captain America fan, so I didn't think it had so much impact on me personally. Like, I like the Iron Man movies more. But yeah, I mean, I think storyline wise, Winter Soldier changed the game a lot. But then Iron Man's the one who kind of started all this. So Iron Man was also very influential in the MCU. Kenneth Craley says, have you enjoyed the Superman, Lois, and Clark comic series so far? Yeah, it hasn't been bad. Like, I've liked it. It hasn't like made my top 5 at all, but it's been a pretty good read. All right. Other review do. What is your most prized comic book related merchandise? I don't know. Even though it's like not expensive, I would say my Spider-Girl collection because I love those books so much. I would say that's my most prized possession. Who's the best minor villain? Clue Master. Just because I love his relationship with Stephanie. So I'd go Clue Master. Did you do a review for A-Force Volume 0? Yeah, I did. This is from John Lopez. I've done, I don't know if I reviews for Volume 0, but I definitely did it for issue 1. You go check out Comic and No episode where I've done all the reviews for those, all the A-Force issues I've done reviews for. It's heavy opinion, A-Next team versus A-Force. A-Force probably would win. Not like just who I like more, but just power-wise. They have a lot of heavy hitters. Zakeem says, I like the concept of living in a world where the person who looks above to the world, but is pity to below to someone who's supposed to be close to them. Is that for Like Father, Like Daughter? I think so. So I'm gonna add that in to the entries. All right. Amitron says, am I the only one who noticed Death of Ultimate Spider-Man was basically the death of Superman with Spider-Man, down to his successor having a red and black costume like Connor Kent as Superboy? I could definitely see the parallels that you're bringing up. DBZ fan says they should resolve the Civil War conflict with an intense round of rock, paper, scissors. That would be an intense movie if they do so. Tyler Durden, what do you think about Charles Xavier's twin sister, Cassandra Nova? Evil as hell or what? Trying to think. Cassandra Nova, where she's recently been in. Oh, I actually don't really know much about her, so I can't. I don't have much of an opinion on Cassandra Nova. She's from the Grant Morrison run. Deborah says, "Would you like to see DC bring back Justice League Dark?" I didn't personally read it, so I don't have an opinion on that. Zakeem says they're making a live-action Pokemon movie. Would you want to see it? Look slightly darker tone. I think it. I don't know. I guess so, right? That'd be interesting. Sparrow asks if I've ever heard of Conan the Barbarian. I have. Other review dude says Dave the Barbarian, huge but a wimp. Oh yeah, I do. I remember that. It was on Disney Channel. I do remember that show now. Now, thank you for like jogging my memory there. I did see that. Tevi is asking for my top 10 worst Spider-Man stories. I don't think I could answer that. It's a lot of thinking for a Q&A. Maybe for a topic video, I have to recommend it for. Yeah, just keep coming with the questions, guys. And just a reminder about the contest. Again, if you guys just say why you would like to read Like Father, Like Daughter, I'll choose in the end who gave like the best submission, and you will get a digital copy of Like Father, Like Daughter issue 1. All right, going to Donald Orr says, what are your thoughts on Gerald Way's new imprint, Young Animal for DC? I'm going to try out all of them. They all sound pretty interesting. That other review dude, oh, for some reason it was pausing my screen on my side. No, it's good now. That's what happens with Google Plus. All right, so the other review dude, do you think as the MCU goes on, they'll start recasting and de-aging characters or just killing them off and retiring the character? I don't know. I think they'll retire the character because there's so much, so many characters to explore for Marvel. DBZ says, which of mine are in their own comic series? I can see that the Beetle from Superior Foes starring her own comic. I could see Marvel doing that. Other review dude says, out of all the Spider-Man TV and film series, tell me why Ultimate Spider-Man by Disney is your favorite. It's not. It's not my favorite. My favorite out of all the movies, TV shows would be Spider-Man 2, the movie. My favorite incarnation. What was your favorite? Ultimate Deadpool in the Ultimate Comics versus 616 Deadpool? Probably 616 Deadpool. Jay says Cassandra Nova is ugly and bald. I did see a picture of her. DBZ fans, well, I have to be leaving now, but congratulations on reaching 8,000 subs. So thank you for joining me, and thank you for the congrats. I'll let you know if you win. Like, I'll message you through YouTube if you do win. John Lopez, what do you think is going to happen in Marvel? That's a very general question. I don't know. That's very general. I can't tell you. There's a lot of aspects of Marvel. Amitron, do you think Civil War 2 will be yet another case of one-sided characters being unlikable and horrible for X amount of time? I hope not, but you never know with these Marvel events. Zakeem White, how old were you when I got into comics? I can't even tell you. I was so young when I read comics and started reading comics. I always remember reading comics. It's always been a part of my life. Tevia says, speaking of like father, like daughter, do you think you'll ever go to a time travel story someday? You never know, but I like to keep like father, like daughter pretty grounded. So, but it's also a story about superhero tropes. So I say you never know. Godspeed. On average, how many comics do you buy a week? What is a good budget for a beginner? I buy about an average amount, I would say 20 books, but also I review comics. It's a little different. But for a beginner, I would say a good pull is like 4 or 5 comics to start out with. I think that's a really good pull to kind of get a good amount of comics, but not be too overwhelmed. Kenneth Crayley says, why has DC Comics TV shows been so good, but their movies have been struggling, especially Superman have not been great? It's because, you know, different creators are helming the TV shows and different creators are helming the movies. And with the movies, they just want to go this darker route. And with the TV shows, they are embracing the source material. And I think that's why the shows are doing so well. Just a reminder, everyone, again, the Like Father, Like Daughter contest is still going on, and that is just tell me why you would like to read issue 1, and I'll put you on the side for an entry if you do. And by the end, I'll pick someone to give a digital copy of issue 1 of Like Father, Like Daughter. CO397, is issue 3 of Like Father, Like Daughter going to be on Kickstarter? Actually, interestingly enough, issue 3 we were able to budget or we were able to fund ourselves. So what we're doing is we are gonna just sell it to you guys. We're hoping May is our target date. I want to have it available for the Staten Island New York convention I'm going to in the end of May. So we are working really hard to finish it on time, and then also have it available in the June convention. I'll be going to Eternal Con in Long Island. It's in the Airplane Museum, so which is going to be fun. I went there a long time ago. That'll be cool. So yeah, we'll have it available there, and we'll also have it available online. And then for issue 4, we will have a Kickstarter for that. But in issue 3, will obviously be included for that. But we love for you guys to buy issue 3 online. And of course, I'll make a video and let everyone know when issue 3 will be available online for you guys to buy. So we're really excited. Short Fuse Media is working really hard to get that finished. We already have, I think, all the pages are drawn. They're all inked. They're, you know, now they're just being, I think, finishing being inked, colored, and lettered. So we're getting there. So thank you for asking. I'm glad you're excited. All right. So Zakeem White says, do you think they should change Jimmy in Supergirl to become a little bit geeky and wimpish like the original? No, I think this Jimmy/James works for the TV show. Tyler Durden says Joe the Barbarian's about a teenager who trips balls when. Sorry, I lost my place. When his blood sugar is low and ends up in fantasy world. Yeah, I've never heard of that one. And Jay's reminding everyone about the contest. And then what do you know what might happen in Marvel's Infinity War? Oh, okay, so I didn't see the Infinity War part. I don't know either. That's really far ahead. I can't tell you. I'm just kind of waiting and seeing with that one. And I'm also not a big Cosmic Marvel fan, so I don't have a lot of guesses for that. Namitron, do you think with Batman v Superman having a lot more critical backlash and controversy than Man of Steel did, Warner Brothers will lighten up on who and what on TV series can and cannot use? I would hope so. Do you think Suicide Squad will be able to surpass Civil War? I don't think so. Based on a small synopsis of Joe the Barbarian, I'll give you one guess who wrote that comic. I'm going to go back and see the description again. Rob Liefeld or maybe Grant Morrison. That's my guess. Tevia just asks, question, speaking of Spider-Girl and Mayday and her involvement with Web Warriors. Can you expand upon what the question is for that? Other review dude says, I know you're not huge into music, but have you been listening to Cake by the Ocean by DNC? I like music a lot. I mean, I'm not like a music reviewer. I wouldn't ever call myself that, but I definitely know music a lot. So I've heard of it. The guy Joe Jonas from the Jonas Brothers is from that band. Yeah, I've heard it. Like I don't. It's not like on my playlist or anything, but it's okay. Godspeed says, my contest entry is I found when looking for a good comic review, I've been hooked, so I would like to see what you create for comics. Thank you, Godspeed. I will put that down for your entry. I might just like randomize it to try to like eeny, meeny, miny, mo to try to pick. But yeah, just to remind you guys, we have about 40 more minutes for the Q&A, so if you guys want issue 1 digitally for Like Father, Like Daughter, just let me know in the comments below why you would like to read issue 1, and I will have the opportunity to win Like Father, Like Daughter issue 1 digitally. Zakeem White, if I had 2 superpowers, what would they be? What would be your backstory? Well, this is always my backstory because I get this question a lot. It'd be flight, but now that you're asking me for 2, telekinesis, because that means I could be as lazy as possible. I wouldn't have to get up. Maybe teleportation. I wouldn't have to get up at all, and life would be good, right? Could be as lazy as possible. Tevia said, what was my reaction to the ending of the latest issue of Web Warriors? Check out Comic Uno episode, which I'm pretty sure you did, Tevia. You can hear my reaction for Web Warriors. Donald Orrs said, with the financial underperformance for Batman v Superman, do you think Zack Snyder will still be attached to Justice League? I hope not, but I think he probably will be. Tyler Durden, have you ever watched Star Wars Clone Wars? Are you reading the current Star Wars comics? I have not seen Clone Wars. I am reading a good amount of the Star Wars comics. I'm reading Poe Dameron right now. Reading, obviously, the main Star Wars comic. I dropped Darth Vader because I don't really like this current arc, but those are the Star Wars books I'm reading as of right now. Debbie's asking now, if I had 3 powers, what powers would I have? I think I answered that. Teleportation, flight, and telekinesis to be as lazy as possible. Other review, let me just scroll down even more. Hold on. All right. Other review dude, as your comic Like Father, Like Daughter progresses, do you think the time it takes to produce the comics decrease or take the same amount of time? I think we've already seen that it's decreasing a bit. Like previously for issue 1, it took us like more than a year. It took us like a year to get it started, and now we're up to issue 3, and the year hasn't even been completed yet. So we're definitely becoming quicker to produce these issues, especially if you guys support the book. If you guys support it, it's a lot easier to produce the book for you guys in a quicker basis. Tyler Durden, have I read DC The New Frontier? Pieces of it. Yeah, I don't think I've read it fully. I might have. Not that I remember. Deborah Black, I would like to see Justice League Dark get a Rebirth title. Kyle Johnson has an entry. I'd like to read Like Father, Like Daughter because I love reading about how being a hero can affect your family. Also, it's done by you, so I know it's good. Oh, thank you. There's so many good entries. I'm probably going to have to do Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. That's gonna how it's going to be chosen here. I'm going to like probably put your name on a list and do that. I don't know if I'll do it live. I'll figure it out. I'll probably do it live. That way you guys know I'm eeny, meeny, miny, mowing things. All right. Tyler Durden says, are you going to see Ratchet and Clank movie? I haven't heard of it. Tubby is asking if I do. I think Connor will come back in DC Rebirth. Maybe. John Lopez, which superhero would you spend, I guess, time with? Mayday. She's my favorite. Robin Ears blog, do you think DC will do a better job with the movies in the future? I hope so. Getting that question a lot today. All right. Are you excited that Adventures of Supergirl is coming to print in May? Yes, I've been reading it digitally, so I mean, it's not a huge deal for me, but I'll still be getting it printed also. Glad to see it. Rowdy Ears blog, what other Marvel characters would you like to see on a big screen? I feel like I've done a topic video on that in the past, so go check that out. Kyle Johnson, what other hobbies do I have? I mean, this is the big hobby. I wouldn't call writing a hobby, but kind of is too, but it's more my job at the same time. So, yeah, writing, comics, movies, TV, that's the big stuff. Tevia says, any opinion on Super Sons is going to be like Gotan and Trunks from Dragon Ball Z? Yeah, Tevia, you know I'm not a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, but I don't know, actually, because like I said, not a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. I don't really know their personalities. Zakeem Lights and Zack Snyder has actually got fired. I didn't hear that, so probably just a rumor. The other review dude, have you had the chance to read Wonder Woman Earth 1? Yes, I have a review for it, so go check that out. Again, I get the same Civil War question about Batman v comparing it to Batman v Superman. I answered that one. Rabbit Ears blog, do you think DC should have done solo movies first before doing Batman versus Superman? I think Batman solo movie is going to be better than Batman v Superman, but I don't think it needed a solo movie. Wonder Woman, I think, should have came before Batman v Superman, though. Tyler Durden says, have I ever read Fade Out by Ed Brubaker? I have not, but I've heard good stuff about it. Do I think Civil War is going to influence the comics in any way? The movies always influence the comics, so I'm sure it will. Tyler Durden, have you? And again, you did ask a question about Peter Parker, Tevia, so try to, because we've answered a lot with Peter on the live show, so try to avoid the Ultimate Universe and New 52 Peter Parker questions that we've answered before. Tyler Durden says, have I ever heard of Jack and Dak? Favorite Steven Spielberg film? Not E.T. That's what I'm going to say. I don't know if I have a standout. Sparrow, made Jurassic Park. Anyway, Sparrow, will we ever see another comic impact the comic book world like the Anatomy Lesson, Watchmen, or Dark Knight Returns? I'm sure we will. Saga, I feel like, is one of those big comics that have been influencing a lot. The other review dude, if you ever did review comics or didn't review comics, would you get your books digitally or would you still get them printed? I personally would prefer digitally. I still get it printed. I like printed more. John Lopez, do I like to draw? Not really. I'm not good at it. Brandon Stevens says, congratulations on the subs. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Tevi also says, congrats on 8,000 subscribers. Oh, he gave me more than 8,000. He gave me 800,000. I wish. Tevia says, question, do you think Wonder Woman movie is going to be amazing? I hope so. Or good just like Earth 1. Well, check out my review. Let's see if I like that. But hope the movie is good. Tyler Durden, how long will the stream be? It'll probably be like another half an hour, so we got another half an hour until it ends. And those are all the questions right now, so I'm going to wait until we get more. Keep coming with the questions. So just a reminder of what the contest is for 8,000 subscribers. Just say why you would like to read like Father Like Daughter Issue 1. And if you know, I'll kind of, I'm guessing I'm going to pick it out random at this point, but I'm just going to do eeny, meeny, miny, mo. You know what? Maybe I'll count to like 10 maybe and keep going back and forth. And no, that doesn't work. I'll do it the Negan way. I'm gonna make eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Yeah, so just keep going and answering your why you would like to read Like Father Like Daughter issue 1, and at random I will pick who will get the digital copy of issue 1. And if you like issue 1, I will send you the link. That way you could get issue 2. Or, buy issue 2 and support the book. So hopefully you can. And like I said, issue 3 is going to be coming out real soon. It's April now, and we're planning for it to be out in May. So another month. And issue 3 is actually a really big issue. So look forward to that. It's a really emotional issue. I'm really excited for you guys to read it. All right, so CO397. Does the message on your TV screen not bother you, just constantly moving around? Not really. I'm so used to it. If you guys have Verizon, I'm sure you're used to that sign. Now it's going to bother me that you mentioned it, but no, it's not bothering me too much. Maybe I should put a show on. I used to do that. Oh, you guys could guess what show I'm watching, but it's always on mute anyways. But yeah, it doesn't bother me. It's the screensaver. Kenneth Crayley says, congrats on 8,000. Thank you. Tevi's asked about the Ratchet Clank thing, which I don't know what that is at all, so I'm going to skip that question. Zakeem White, would the Avengers win or the Justice League? I think Justice League would win. Tyler Durden, I don't think finished his. Oh, okay. Here we go. What will you do when you get over 9,000 subscribers? I don't know. I would have to plan it. Hopefully, I get to that point. Subscribe. So I'll figure it out once I get close to 9,000 subscribers. I planned this just a couple days ago. I'm like, yeah, I'll do this. I like doing the Q&As for the subscribers. I think that's pretty cool, and try giving something away. Brandon Stevens says, what's a good point to start reading Wonder Woman? I'm really new to her character. I'm not a huge Wonder Woman expert, but May the Earth One book might be good for you to read. Also, Legends of Wonder Woman's going on right now, and that's the origin story of Wonder Woman, or year 1 of her. So I could recommend that also. Sparrow says, thank you for answering my question. No problem. Yeah, keep coming with the questions, guys. I see 2 more right now. Other review dude. Blue Beetle Nova got in a fight. Which soda would you prefer to drink? I don't get the question. What soda would I drink? Is that related, or I would maybe reword the question. Tevia asks, who's my favorite DC Legacy character? I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot. Just picking from the JSA. Alan Scott, not my favorite though. Maybe Liberty Bell. Counter as a legacy character, definitely. Jay's recommending some Wonder Woman in the comments, and totally agree with both the stuff he said. Tavia says, what's your opinion on Wally West Flash? I think we 100%. Mark Wade's Wally. I've answered that before, Tavia. Just go check out the previous Comic Frontline chats. The over 9,000 part was a Dragon Ball Z joke. See, I told you I'm not a big Dragon Ball Z fan, and I picture the meme now in my head, so I know what you're talking about. But I never knew what that was about from Dragon Ball Z, so I get your reference. What's my favorite DC movie? Probably one of the animated movies, honestly, is from John Lopez. Probably Under the Red Hood or Wonder Woman. Kyle Johnson, so what was your most favorite comic book? Spider-Girl. No, the question was just supposed to make you laugh. Well, there you go. It did. CO397. Down the line, if you were given the chance, would you have a spin-off comic for Like Father, Like Daughter? Hell yeah. Someone says, hey, make a spin-off comic of Like Father, Like Daughter, I'd so do it. I could totally make like a, well, I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, I could make a spin-off. What's my least favorite what? Oh, least favorite DC movie? I don't know. That's an easier one. Honestly, not Green Lantern. That's not my least favorite. I don't know. There's not. That's a harder one. I would have to look at the list. That's a good question, though. Zakeem White. Does Hawkgirl become reborn if she dies 40 years before Hawkman? In Legends, would she be older? I think they just like kind of stick with their. It depends on the actor because it's Legends tomorrow, so they just stick with Ciara Renee or Falk. So I don't think they're trying to make them younger or older. But we did see an older Hawkgirl in last episode of Legends. Yeah, Jesse is a double legacy. Timothy Joshua said howdy. Tyler Durden, if Dazzler ever decided to get back into music, what genre would she sing? I always think about this because I love Dazzler, and that's a character, if I had a chance, I would totally want to write a solo series for her. So I think about this a lot. So she was disco. So there's not a lot to compare disco to. I would have to research because I'm in a music class now. So I'm thinking about it. I'm studying for a music midterm. I should be. So anyways, I would have to look and do research about what is today's disco. I don't want to say maybe pop, maybe like pop music, like the Billboard's 100 type music. But genres have changed a lot because of streaming and music being more accessible. I mean, it's very different from what it was in like the 1970s when Dazzler was created. So I don't know. I guess like some pop type thing, but they're also trying to go like the punk route for her, it looks like, from her style. But I would love to see Dazzler back in the music game. That's something I loved about Dazzler is that she wasn't an X-Men. She was a mutant and says, hey, you know, I don't really want to be an X-Men. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm still proud to be a mutant. And I love that. I don't think we have that original X-Men story anymore or mutant story because we have the Inhumans now. So I would love to see a Dazzler solo series. That was a longer answer, sorry, but I really do like Dazzler a lot. Tevye Axe is my favorite character of the Valiant universe. I don't really read Valiant, so I don't have an answer to that. Brandon Steven, I wish they would do more Green Lantern anime movies. I know, I agree with that. I think they've only had, I want to say they've only had one Green Lantern anime movie. Jay says I would say Dazzler would go pop. I think so too. I think it's the best incarnation or the best comparison to disco. Like dance music. I feel like that's what Dazzler would do. Like the pop Kesha type music. I would love to see that with Dazzler. Because that was a big part of her character too, is that obviously she knew how to dance and that was part of her routine. All right, Timothy Joshua, Amanda Waller v. Batman. Has this happened yet? Why hasn't this happened? I need this to happen. There should just be a move. I'm guessing that's going to be Suicide Squad. Tyler Durden, favorite Batman run? Damn, that's hard. I wouldn't say Scott Snyder's run. I like different Batman arcs. I don't know. That's really hard. That's something I'm going to have to think about. Ask me that again. Maybe I'll do like a topic video. Zakeem White, if Jeff Johns and Stan Lee asked you to make like Father Like Daughter part of their universe, who would you pick? As much, I mean, I love Jeff Johns, so you're asking Marvel or DC pretty much. I think the tone of the book fits Marvel more than DC, so I would have to pick Marvel. But that's not choosing one company over the other, just choosing what the story would fit more, which universe would fit more. John Lopez, did you see the movie Batman Bad Blood? Yes, I did. I have a review for that on my channel, so go check that out. I actually went to the premiere for Batman Bad Blood in the Paley Center. So I have interviews from the actors for that. Also, go check out Comic Frontlines Media Madness, where we did a show all about Batman Bad Blood. So we've done a lot of Batman Bad Blood here coverage. Tevi asks what I think of the old suit for Detective Comics for Tim Drake. I'm glad that he's switching suits. Other review dude, between these two DC films, which one do you prefer? The Night of the Museum, Battle of Smithsonian, or Olympus Has Fallen? I don't think those two are Warner Brother films. They're not DC films. So out of those Warner Brother films, I haven't seen either of them. So I can't answer. Jay said there was one anime movie and one anthology movie for Green Lantern. Tyler Jordan, have I seen Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated? I have not. Nick V says it's 3 a.m. over there. It's 9 here for us. That's crazy. Where do you live, Nick? Tevia, oh man, I've answered this before, but okay. I'll go to it again. I'll answer again. What's your opinion of Oracle ever coming back someday as Barbara Gordon? I personally, and this is my personal preference, I like Barbara Gordon more as Batgirl. So yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go into it too much, but check out my documentary coming out very soon, and you could hear all my Killing Joke, woman in refrigerator thoughts. Oh, that's true. Timothy Joshua says best Batman run is with Bruce Timm. All right. Nick says he's from the Netherlands. Man, well, thank you for joining us. Tevia says, question, do you think DC Comics focusing way too much on Batman? I'm personally one of those people that I don't think DC focus. I love Batman, so I could get a lot of Batman in my system. You know, I like reading a lot of Batman series, so it doesn't bother me when he has a lot of series. Because also it's not just Bruce having a lot of series. It's like Batgirl having a series or Batwing. You know, there are different characters within his family that I feel are different. So I think it's okay to have those number of series. Now, if it's Bruce Wayne having all those series, I think it would get a little boring. But he only has like 2 or 3. Tyler Durden, have you read Batman Arkham Asylum, A Serious House or Serious Earth? I have not. John Lopez, what do you think about Jim Gordon as Batman? I'm guessing they had a lot of potential, and they didn't really do much with it, I would say. That other review dude says, I mean, they both take place in DC. I'll go now. No. They don't take place in the DC universe, though. The Night of Museum and Olympus Has Fallen. Oh, and they're Columbia films. I thought they were Warner Brothers. And don't go. We like having you, other review dude. Nick V, did you read Tomboy or Paper Girls or any of the good indies? I've read both those. I've been enjoying Tomboy for the most part. I think it has a little weird of a premise. Paper Girls is amazing, and I hate that there's a hiatus right now. But yeah, I'm reading a lot of good indie titles right now. Zakeem White, would I want a Young Avengers movie or Teen Titans movie? I think, oh man, I don't know. I want both, please. I love both of them. Tevia, question: Who do you think was the best Batman? Bruce Wayne, Dick Grayson, Batman, or my favorite, Batman Beyond? Well, definitely not Batman Beyond because I don't like him that much. I think Bruce is the best Batman. Nathan Bang says, hi, Kat. Congrats on getting 8,000 subs. Well, thank you, Nathan, for supporting and coming on the show. Mount Tyler Jordan, I've never had a problem with Batman killing because I exposed to Tim Burton films. What about you? I have a problem. I personally don't think it fits his origin story, especially kill with guns. the whole point he's Batman is because someone killed his parents. I think in his mind he'd be like, I don't want to be that person. That's the whole point why he wants to protect people. So him killing someone else, I think I don't believe that's should be Batman's way, in my opinion. That's my version of Batman. All right. Timothy Joshua says, your t-shirt game is fire. I want your wardrobe. Well, thank you. I'm glad you appreciate it. Brandon Stevens says, who inspires your writing? I think a lot of writers do. I'll just name some of my favorite writers. I do like Jeff Johns a lot. Tom DeFalco. I actually did like a top 10 writers topic video, so go check that out. Tom DeFalco, I love his writing. And a lot of like TV writers too. I think a lot of writers inspire me. John Lopez, ice cream or pizza? Pizza, probably. Not a big sweets fan. Kenneth Crowley. I don't know why I always like want to pronounce that differently. Do you think Jim Gordon has been through a lot in Gotham season 2? I've only seen episode 1 of Gotham and didn't really like it, so you don't have an answer to that. Tevia, question, any opinion on the upcoming Kingdom Hearts series and the StarCraft series? Well, Tevia, you know I don't play too many video games, but I would like to get Kingdom Hearts, I guess. The other review dude, yeah, they take place in DC. Washington, DC, keyboard. Again, most people outside DC refer to the city by the full title. That's true. I still haven't seen either opinion on that. I thought you meant DC Comics. Sorry, so much in that mind frame. The other review dude, what non-comic book film are you excited for in 2016? Finding Dory. I love my Disney. Kyle Johnson says Batman did kill during the 1940s. Yeah, it's not the question if he did kill or not. It's more of just what my incarnation I feel like Batman shouldn't kill. Zakeem White, do you think the Batman solo film should be a flashback of Jason Todd dying? If Jason Todd's in the universe, we don't know. Other review dude, pizza or lasagna? Probably lasagna, depending how good it is. That's hard. I like both. They're both very similar to similar food. First reviews of Batman, they were trying to find his character trial by error and has a completely different world back then. No, I agree with Jay too. Again, I think now, back in the 1930s and 1940s, they weren't really focusing on the psychology of Batman. It wasn't like, oh, well, Batman has gone through all this stuff. It was more like, let's fight bad guys. I'm a detective. And usually with detective-type comics, you would have someone who shoots a gun or kills the bad guy. But with Batman now, especially how much we've dug into his psychological mind throughout the years, I don't think it makes sense for him to kill people, because why would he want to be Batman in the first place if the whole reason he became Batman is because his parents died from a gun? I believe the Batman, my version of Batman, is the one who doesn't use guns, the one who does not kill, because it's the one that never crosses the line. Like Killing Joke, it was that moment where he should have killed the Joker and doesn't, because he's not. That's when, if he crosses that line, he becomes a Joker. And that's my Batman. I think psychologically, that's the Batman that makes most sense. That's why I don't believe Batman should kill. Kyle Johnson asks about if Supergirl is getting a second season. I answered that a little earlier, but we do not have a confirmation just yet if Supergirl is getting another season, but I think so. Scheme White. They showed Robin Burns' suit from the explosion. It says "Joke's on you" and Batman v Superman. Yes, but they could trick us, right? I mean, I'm like 90% sure it's Jason Todd too, but I don't want to confirm anything that hasn't been confirmed yet. All right. Looking at some pizza questions here. Timothy Joshua says, "Is New York pizza really that great?" All these pizza questions got me craving. Yes, it is that great. I've honestly, I can hardly have pizza in other states. I can't. I will say, tell Jay, I had pizza in Pennsylvania. I once went to like Hershey. And there's like this pizza restaurant near there. I'm not going to obviously name the pizza restaurant, but there was one near there and I tried and I'm like, whoa, it was like one of the worst pizzas I ever had in my life. And then like when you do go out of state, for me personally as a New Yorker, I just can't have pizza anywhere else. I like New York pizza a little bit too much. Florida has some good pizza. Also, I've been to Hawaii and had pizza. It was horrible. Italian food in general, it was not good. So yeah, I think I like pizza from New York, and I do not think it's underrated. Um, Tyler Durden, when is this Legend of Korra comic book coming out? That's the question I ask myself every day. I don't know. I search it every once in a while. Say, did I miss it or what's going on here? I don't know. I hope it comes out soon. Maybe San Diego will get more information from it. Jay says that Philly's pizza is awesome. Just saying. When I go to Philly, Jay, we're going to find out. And when you come to New York, you're going to see New York pizza is better. Got to give us something. John Lopez, what comic do you recommend? In what capacity, John? What character are you looking for to get a recommendation? Tevia, I got to go see a cat, but before I go, I'm just wondering, when does the Comic Frontline live show contest end, and when do you announce the winner? Jay's in the comments. I think he knows the answer to that. I'm honestly not sure. I think it's next live show. We announced the winner, or like the Wednesday after. So, but Jay will answer your question. Nathan Banks, are you excited for Batman the Killing Joke? Hell yes. Very excited for that movie, especially from the things I'm hearing. That it's actually going to do Barbara Gordon's character justice also. Kenneth Cayley, have you enjoyed Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 3 and the current comic series of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Current comic series I just dropped, honestly. I thought the artwork was too plain and I was picking up too many things, so I dropped that. TV show, I'm a couple episodes behind on, but I do like it. I just haven't had time to continuously watch it. But I'll binge watch it and get caught up. I'm like, I think after the mid-season finale, I'm not caught up yet. So that's the one thing. It was such a long hiatus, so it was kind of hard to jump back in. Brandon Stevens says, I think Red Hood and the Outlaws might work on Netflix. Kyla Johnson, do you think season 2 Arrow gone? Do you think after season 2 Arrow's gone worse? Now, this is a hard question because I really like Thea's story, and I think her story is improved every season, and her story is at its best at season 4. So that's kind of how I'm like looking at Arrow a lot of times, like as a Thea fan. But as like the quality of the show, I personally think season 4 is better than season 3, in my opinion, even though they've made some mistakes. But quality of the show, I think season 2 is at its best. But my enjoyment factor, I like season 4, and I know that's not everyone's answer, but I know that's kind of a controversial answer. But there's reasons I think it's more of a superhero show now, even though after what happened in the last episode, I do feel like it's more of a superhero show. It's a little lighter. And again, I like Thea a lot. So I like where her character has been going for the past couple of seasons. And finally seeing her as Speedy has made me really happy. So that's why I personally like season 4. Tyler Jordan, have you read any of the Avatar comics? I actually have not. I should. I haven't read any of them. I do like the Avatar TV show. The other review dude, have you ever taken a break from reading comics for extended periods of time? No, I don't think I ever have. I really haven't. Jay said Hershey's not Philly. Yeah, but it's in the state. It's in the same state. Nick V says pizza in Italy is great. Never had American pizza. I've had Italian pizza too. It is good. It's good pizza. Kyle says try pizza in Brooklyn. They have the best. I've had Brooklyn pizza, but I've had some good Manhattan pizza. Other review dude says I have had California pizza. At least it's not Philly pizza. Whoa. Jay's not going to like that one. Timothy Joshua says, movie Batman's barely a detective. Oh, I'm sorry, I lost my place. Is barely a detective. He was just going on something. IDK. I hated that movie. Yeah. Oh, he was just Googling something. Yeah, I kind of wish they did more of the detective aspect of Batman in that movie. Zakeem White, who are you working for with your comic book? I have actually written a book with superheroes that I have created. I work with Short Fuse Media. Brandon Stevens says California has great pizza. LOL. I like their flatbread. I've tried California flatbread. That's not too bad. Never try their pizza though. I don't think I want to. I'm okay. Jay says the contest ends Tuesday night, where we'll announce the winner. Tyler Durden, when you were exposed to Kitty Pryde as a kid, do you think you liked her because of the same name? Probably not. I mean, I don't even think I noticed I had the same name until like later in my life. I'm like, wait, Kitty stands for Catherine. So probably not. I just really like the character, honestly. Timothy Joshua, I asked this question before in Comic Frontline, I think, but this time is a bit twist. But favorite non-superpowered female comic character? Whoa, that's a hard question. Non-superpowered female character. Currently, I could say like currently in a comic, I'm really liking Dana from Revival is really cool. Like that's like on the top of my head though. Maybe there's another one. Other review dude, you're a Thea fan. Lucky you. I'm a Roy fan. Yep, you can guess how that's going. Yeah. I mean, it was in an episode this season. I gotta say, as a Thea fan, I think I've been the luckiest so far. No jinxing. I mean, she's gotten hurt a lot on this show and gotten thrown through tables a lot. But she always steps up and becomes, I think, a better character. I think out of all the characters, she's the one who's developed the most and you could be the most proud for. So yeah, as a Thea fan, I'm pretty happy right now. For now, don't mess this up. And don't worry, Tyler Durden, I understand. He's using his phone to type right now. Tyler Durden, 2016 is still no Justice League revival. Why? I know I mean Justice League, Young Justice. I know we need it. Kenneth Crail says, what is your favorite place to buy comics online? Midtown Comics or TFAW? Probably Midtown Comics online. I don't really buy comics that much online. I'm sorry, I was reading the next comment. But personally, if you're in the New York area, JHU Comics, really cool store. That's the one where Doctor Strange showed up. I don't buy from the city store. I buy from the other one, but from the Staten Island store, which is the original JHU's Comics. Really cool store. So go check that out if you're in the New York area. Other review dude, welcome to Cat's Pizza stream. I know, let's just like talk about pizza like throughout more of the stream. John Lopez, speed or flight? Flight. Kyle Johnson, Manhattan pizza is okay, but when you're in Brooklyn and eating some amazing pizza, just saying. I think it depends what pizza you like too, though. I personally like the thin crust pizza a lot, but if you like more of the thick crust, I think you can get that more in Brooklyn. Tyler Durden, do you work when you're not working on Comic Uno or Frontline? Well, I am a full-time student at this moment. But yeah, my main job right now is my comic and my internet stuff too. So that is my main work. Timothy Joshua says, I live in Texas, so good pizza is scarce. I understand. You got to get some New York pizza. John Lopez, how do you think about Killer Frost in The Flash? I want to see more of her. Carl Johnson, how do you feel about Felicity and Oliver's relationship? And also, I love Thea this season. Yeah, Thea is awesome. All right. Well, I'm going to say I have a topic video coming up really soon about Olicity. I'll give a little answer here, but a little guess. You know, when it first started, I was like, cool. I don't really care that they're in a relationship. I'm cool with it. Whatever makes them happy. But there's aspects of the relationship that have overtaken the show that I'm not so happy about. So I'll talk more about that in a really soon. So that's my thoughts on the characters or their relationship at this point. I'm glad we're getting some Thea love. I mean Thea, she's the best character on that show. I'm glad that more people are realizing it now. And when she first appeared in season 1, it's like, Oliver's little sister. It's like, well, you wait and see. Season 2 showed up. I'm like, all right, not much is going on, but you know, she now owns a club. Pretty cool. But you'll see, stuff is gonna happen. So end of season 2 happens. She shot Malcolm. She's going with Malcolm. Season 3, she's like following Malcolm. He's like, oh, my dad's bad. And then it brings her to the stage of becoming Speedy. I mean, I love it. And like every season, you see more people enjoying her character, and I love seeing that. All right, Nick V, I'm gonna get some sleep. You should. It is late over there. Again, congrats on 8K, and please keep your topping videos going. I love those. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed them. Shanti says, are there any anime shows you enjoy watching? Currently, there aren't any, I don't think. Sadly, and I usually like watching an animated show, but when Legend of Korra ended, I haven't watched any currently. What's my most used app on my phone? I don't know, honestly. My message app, I guess. Doodle Jump? Mount Tyler, yeah, why can't I pronounce his name right now? Mount Tyler Durden. If you ever given $500,000 to do a Let's Play of Superman 64 for 3 hours, would you do it? Yes, sure, why not? I totally do it. Only 3 hours. It's not bad. I could do that for $500,000. How cool would it be to have twin avatars, Earth and Fire? That would be cool. Timothy Joshua, why the hell is everyone on the show always surprised at the upset when Oliver lies? I don't know. Well, going back to Thea, last episode, Thea, he says, all right, guys, I was keeping it a secret from you. And Thea says, yeah, what a surprise. Like, yeah, you're on point, Thea. You're totally right. But she's like so used to it by now. Yeah, no one should be surprised when he lies. Tyler Durden, favorites, the Ridley Scott film, mine would be Blade Runner. I don't know. Alien? Not the first one. Aliens 2. Well, one of the Alien movies. Timothy Joshua. Oh, you're right, Jay. Most used app on Kat's phone is Twitter. You keep it on all the time. You're so right. How did I not think about Twitter? Timothy Joshua says, how is Like Father, Like Daughter issue 3 coming? I did mention it a little bit earlier, but I'll definitely mention it again. We are working on issue 3. We're actually not doing a Kickstarter for issue 3, but we're trying to get it available by the end of May for Staten Island Comic Con, New York Comic Con. So we're trying to get that done for you guys. So really excited about that. And as we close up this show, just one more time to say the last minute questions, and also you do have a chance to win Like Father, Like Daughter issue 1 digitally if you just just say in the comments why you're interested in reading Like Father, Like Daughter, and at random or probably after the show, I'll pick a winner and then message you, say, hey, you're the winner, what's your email, and I'll send you the comic. So that is how I'm going to keep it and get you guys a comic. So last minute questions as we start ending this. Shanti B, what do you want to see from Black Canary's character on Arrow now that Laurel's dead, and they have a clean slate? Spoiler alert for that. I don't know. I kind of am interested in. Sorry, I was reading the next comment. I'm kind of interested in this whole Flash or 2 Black Canary that they might have called, like, I don't even remember what her name's gonna be called, but maybe they can introduce that Katie Cassidy into Arrow because there was a lot of backlash of what happened to Laurel. Sparrow says, naturally curly hair? Yes, my hair is naturally curly. Tyler says, Kat, not even the Joker would play for 3 hours straight. Hey, $500,000. It's just a video game, right? Oh, Alien 2 was James Cameron. But he did, Ridley Scott did Alien 1, though, right? I gotta look that up. Ridley Scott. Let's see. I know. Oh, he did Prometheus. Alien, let's see. Yeah, I think he did the first Alien. Yeah, he did the first one. That's the one I was talking about. Okay. The other review, dude, I haven't been watching Arrow since I started school, especially since I, what happened to the character. Has the season overall been better than last? I personally feel like it has been. Other people would disagree. That's my personal feelings. Tyler Jordan, have you checked out Claws? I haven't yet, but I've heard good things from Jay and Brent, who's reading it currently from Comic Frontline. Or Two Laurels called Black Siren. Yeah, so I'd like to see her and what they're going to do with that character. Other review, do what inspired you to turn your school project into a comic? Who has been your biggest supporter when it comes to your comic? My family's definitely been my biggest supporter, saying, hey, they just support me a lot for my comic. And it was just what I just wanted to really do it. It wasn't anything that sparked it. I just really wanted to make it into a comic. Jay said that he played that Superman game for that long for free. Timothy Joshua, what is your guilty pleasure when it comes to TV or comics? Guilty pleasure? I don't know. I would say Keeping Up the Kardashians, but I don't watch it anymore, so it's not my guilty pleasure anymore. So I don't know. I kind of just enjoy what I enjoy. You know what? Secret World of Alex Mack is a guilty pleasure. I love that show. And Jay will know it. Out of This World from like the 1980s. It's a fun show to watch. It's totally a guilty pleasure though. Kyle Johnson says, I just realized in Arrow they just love killing off the Lance sisters. Shanti says, what are you studying in school? I'm actually going to be done with school this semester, so I'm all done. But I'm studying communications and journalism. All right. Well, it seems like those are all pretty much the questions. I think we are. No, we're at the end. We did an hour and a half. So I have all the people who entered the contest. I will just copy and paste onto my notes. So after the show, I'll pick a winner and message you guys and say, hey, you won, and you'll. I'll send issue 1 digitally to Like Father Like Daughter, so you guys can read it and let me know what you think. So the person who wins, I'll pick that after the stream. So thank you guys for joining me. Of course, I'll have another monthly Q&A next month for May. May's gonna be a little tougher though, because there's a lot going on then. But I have my Comic-Con then, and I'm graduating, so I will try to have it probably in the beginning of May. Will probably be the smartest idea for that. Well, I will definitely try to get that Q&A up. So thank you guys for joining me and celebrating 8,000 subscribers with me. Really appreciate the support and for you guys to watch and enjoy me. And I have a lot of fun doing this. So thank you. This is Comic Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there are links for my comic book, Like Father Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father Like Daughter. I'll see you guys later.